Such a powerful, powerful message. I've seen a few political statements like that in quite some time. So, and Mr. Ambassador, we didn't, Meek and I really don't understand. A lot of Americans may not understand how popular, how big Arnold Schwarzenegger is in Russia, but we got an indication of it when we saw that Vladimir Putin's Twitter account only follows 22 people, and Mr. Schwarzenegger, unfortunately for Vladimir Putin, is one of them. Talk about the significance of Arnold Schwarzenegger in Russian culture, Russian society.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I don't think Putin reads much of Twitter, but it is indicative. You're right. There's a handful of Americans that he cares about. Steven Seagal, by the way, is one of them, just so you know, and Henry Kissinger's another. It's a pretty weird, eclectic mix for Putin. But in Russian society, Schwarzenegger is very popular. His last time there, he came in 2010. I was working at the White House at the time, and just massive crowds everywhere he went. He jumped on the metro, took some photos. He is well loved for a long time. His movies, and it was really brilliant of him. This guy Yuri Vlasov is a hero for all Russians. He also got involved in politics, by the way, afterwards. But that he put a Soviet leader, right? That story he told with his dad, the poster of a Soviet leader. I think that was a brilliant move because, you know, a lot of Russians feel like we don't understand them. We want to destroy their country. Even Russian liberals, you know, elites, they feel like sometimes we just want to get them. And he, both in his reputation before and in that message, was very clear. You know, he doesn't want to destroy Russia. He wants Russia to be strong. And I thought particularly talking directly to soldiers, right? You know, that'll get around. There's something called VKontakte in Russia. There's social media there, not just our platforms. Little snippets of that will eventually get around. And I just applaud what he did. I think it was a very powerful message.
So, Andrea, in the Cold War, we had printing presses that would smuggle in mimeograph machines. We'd have Radio Free Europe getting the message across. How do we get a message like that out across Russia in 2022?
Well, right now on YouTube, and there are a couple of other platforms, I'm thinking, when you speak of the Cold War, I'm thinking of going to Moscow with Ronald Reagan and his address to the students. He was allowed to speak to the university students. This was the trip, you know, with Gorbachev, and also went to Spaso House, to the home of the U.S. ambassador, rather, in Moscow, and met with dissidents. How important those trips were in Radio Free Europe. And now Voice of America, of course, has been shut down, but there are ways, as the former ambassador says, to get that through. Let's hope it does get through, because it was so powerful. And when you think of Schwarzenegger and you think of Ronald Reagan, a former actor, that it was beautifully written, beautifully delivered, and the coffee cup, I was really struck by that. Given by a former Soviet-era hero and weightlifter. I'm just thinking of a 14-year-old Arnold Schwarzenegger, whom, you know, all of us know and have covered for years. This was remarkable, and let's hope it gets through. And I think the U.S. government has to, without any fingerprints, try to find ways to get messages through, because otherwise the Russian dissidents will be crushed, as they have been so far.
It's the kind of thing
think of Alexei Navalny.
that could get through. Yeah, Andrea Mitchell, thank you very much for coming on this morning. We really appreciate it. And all next week, Andrea will be reporting live from Brussels and Warsaw as President Biden visits the region. Catch Andrea Mitchell Reports weekdays at 12 p.m. Eastern.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. You can follow up on today's top stories and breaking news, or catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.